Okay, trying this again. So what I've decided is to make this a very basic video. It could still end up being long, but a very basic video. Um, so I wanted to talk to you about the direction of this channel. This is my channel. It kind of became a life. It was a weight loss channel. It kind of became a life channel. I'm not telling you that you won't see Amber, who's doing very well, staying on her like new health kick, and I'm not telling you that you won't see life vlogs. You will. You'll see the art studio. You'll see other things, but I think that it's going to be a lot more mental health related. So I was kind of contemplating like starting a channel just for mental health. And maybe I would like your opinions on that if you think that maybe that's something I should do. But I feel like this is just always in my channel, and I don't really want like 17 million because I'm hardly keeping up with this one. So I don't know. Anyway, so what you may or may not know is that I started therapy in February to deal with a lot. To deal with, I actually went for grief counseling. Like I was trying, like I felt like I needed some sort of help with that. And it kind of turned into a lot. And I was diagnosed with clinical depression, which is kind of weird. I've never really considered myself depressed. I mean, I get sad, and I think that but I always felt like I responded appropriately to the things that were going on in my life. Like, when I was a teenager, the things that happened then, of course, like you'd have to be kind of crazy to be cheery during that stuff. When Katrina happened, life was very hard. Like, when, like, just like all of that kind of stuff. So it's like, when my brother died, it's like, of course I'm sad, but through talking to the therapist and being diagnosed, it was kind of more like no, there's like a sad and depression are two different things. And that, I mean, I think that mild depression can come from sadness and those type of things, but there's a point where it gets, I guess, clinical. So anyway, so I have generalized anxiety disorder, which I think nobody here is surprised about, and some depression going on. And I think that I'm going to go to a new therapist because this is a counselor but I think I need something more intensive because I am starting to realize that some of the things that I have just always considered normal are probably not, and they like play into the anxiety. So just things like just having like rituals that have to take place a certain way, or I feel like I can't function. And I think that might be a little bit of obsessive compulsive, but I always considered obsessive compulsive, and maybe it's because it's like the stereotype or the joke that people make that obsessive compulsive people are just neat and tidy, and they wash their hands 1,000 times, and I don't do those kind of things. But I have my own things, and I don't know, like lately I feel like all of the parts are lining up, but I am still not able to let those things go. And from some of the stuff that I've read, it's like that's kind of what happens. You like self-soothe yourself with these rituals, and eventually you like kind of can't. Like it's just, I don't know. And I think there might be, I was talking to somebody who was like, that sounds like post-traumatic stress disorder. Just related to kind of some stuff that happened when I was a kid. And so I think that I want to go to a more intensive therapist and like kind of do some real work. along with those things, like obviously I have fibro, and I finally went back to the doctor for that. I had kind of given up because I was tired of like just everything not working, and then I stopped working, and I didn't go, like, I know you guys know that I don't work, but like I'm not on disability or anything like that. So it's not like I didn't have insurance for a couple of years. So I was like, going to the doctor just to hear it that it's fibro is not worth it. But I am finally back going to the doctor, and I just started Effexor XR like 4 days ago. So I think that this is going to be a lot more about like talking through things and getting pretty personal and really like a mental health journey. And obviously, I would like to be healthy, and I would like to find motivation, and I would like to lose weight. Um, so, I mean, I think that that's going to be included, but the mental health is what I'm really trying to get control over, because I feel like until I do that, it's going to be almost impossible not to live the addiction and not to just self-sabotage and everything else. So I started taking Effexor 4 days ago. It's like the tiniest of doses, and I take it at night. I'm just about to go to sleep. I just took it, and I find that it makes me feel kind of weird. I made Amber read the side effects so that I wouldn't like manifest them. But it makes me feel a little weird. I'm not hungry, which I'm okay with that. I felt really happy yesterday, but very nervous today. I should tell you, I started my period, and like, I don't know, 4 months ago, I was diagnosed with premenstrual dysphoric disorder. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. So basically, I, who already suffer with anxiety, have elevated anxiety like 3 to 5 days before my period. And then it just gets worse and worse and worse. Then usually I start my period. So today was a very high anxiety day, but then I started my period, so that's to be expected. And that's where I'm at. I did have a lot of blood tests done. My Lyme test came back negative. I had a bunch of other tests come back negative. My Epstein Barr test came back, and I don't really understand it because some of it was negative and some of it was positive, so I guess I have to talk to the doctor about that. But for now, the plan is to be on the Effexor for the next 4 weeks and then go to the doctor to follow up. And between then and now, I have some self-love and self-care planned. I bought a cupping therapy set, so I'm going to do some of that on my shin and on my back. And Amber's been doing massages at least once a day, but usually twice a day, and that's been really helping with the pain in my shoulder and with the general pain. And I'm really just trying to, and I've gotten a lot of sleep the last couple of days. I've slept quite a bit. Even with the puppy, Amber's taking the 3 a.m. and the 5:30 walk. So I get to sleep from about midnight till like 8, 9, which is really good because the doctor was like, number one, we have got to get you sleeping. You have to figure out a sleep routine. So that's what I'm doing. And I already knew that I wanted a weighted blanket, but I'm researching a couple so that I can get one because they're really expensive and I just don't want to spend that money and not like it. So to get a weighted blanket. And I think I'm going to ask Amber if we can stick, and she's not going to like this, a window unit in our bedroom to make it colder so that we can make it pretty cold. It can be under a weighted blanket. That should help a lot with sleep. They say cold. And yeah, so I will keep you updated, and I look forward to this journey. self-discovery and getting better.